Most people think that at 99 years old, the thing you'd fear most is the end. But the truth is much quieter and heavier than that. My name is Thomas Miller. I'm 99 years old, and as I sit here looking back, my only real regret isn't the things I did wrong, but the life I never actually lived because I was too busy being careful. I spent the better part of a century building a fortress of safety around myself, thinking that if I just made the right choices and followed the rules, I'd eventually reach a point of total satisfaction. But standing here at the finish line, I realized that I traded my fire for a comfortable seat by a cold fireplace. And I want to tell you how that happened, so you don't find yourself in this same chair one day. I grew up in a time where security was the ultimate prize, and my parents, having seen the world fall apart once or twice, hammered it into me that a steady hand and a predictable path were the marks of a successful man. I took that to heart early on, choosing the college major that promised a pension over the one that made my pulse quicken. I remember the exact moment I turned down a chance to move across the country for a job that sounded like an adventure, because the benefits package wasn't as robust as the one in my hometown. I told myself I was being responsible and that I was setting myself up for a future where I could finally be free to take risks. But the problem with that logic is that safety is an addiction that grows stronger the longer you indulge it. When I met my wife, Evelyn, she was the one spark of unpredictability in my life. I remember she wanted us to take a year and travel through Europe before we settled down and started a family. I did the math on a legal pad, looking at our savings and the potential gap in my resume, and I convinced her that we should wait until we were more established, promising her that we'd go for our 10th anniversary instead. By the 10th anniversary, we had 2 children and a mortgage, and by the 20th, I was worried about college tuitions, and by the 30th, my knees weren't what they used to be. That trip remained a series of brochures in a kitchen drawer until the day she passed away. I worked 42 years for the same firm, and I was good at what I did. But I can't tell you a single thing about the work that actually mattered to my soul. I was the man who never missed a deadline and never rocked the boat, and while my colleagues were off starting their own businesses or moving to different industries, I stayed put because I knew exactly where my desk would be every Monday morning.